Yo, what's up? What's up? Good morning. I hope everybody is surviving and alive. And you have power in this blizzard that's outside. Yeah, I looked outside today. There was a little bit of ice on the trees. So I think the world is ending. I think that's what that means where I live. Good morning, everybody. Hello. It's a slow. Doesn't it feel slow today? It feels slow. Everybody's hunkering down. You know what I mean? At least if you're on the East Coast. I went to a card show yesterday. We're going to go over what I bought. I also made a very large purchase this week. Very large purchase on a booster box. So I'm excited to talk about that. And our homies here, the man who sold it to me is here. Shout out to Pokebwiller. Weather down here, it is chilly. It's pretty cold. It is a bit icy outside, you know. I don't think anything is crazy has happened yet, but I do think it's supposed to get colder over the next 2 days or so. And for those of you who are just joining, yes, of course, we're going to talk about the Pokemon market, but I have to yap at least a little bit first thing in the morning. And I hope you have your coffee, as always. 11 a.m. stream. Kind of vibey, if you ask me. Thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well. Feels snowy, man. It does. Well, I don't know if we're going to get snow. It's just going to be it's going to be ice where I'm at. Kappa, good to see you. Always throw in rocket emojis in the chat. Appreciate it, brother. How cold is it? It's currently 30 degrees, but it's supposed to get down to 15 tomorrow. So actually genuinely cold. Pokebonks, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Pokebweller. Good to see you, man. Yeah, we bought a box off the homie. We're going to go over that here pretty soon. DJ, good to see you. Probably packing boxes from your collections. Hope that's going well. Pretty exciting. I got your short recommended to me this morning. You were one of the first people I saw when I opened my eyes today. I mean, I guess I didn't see you, but, it's going well. Doing very well, Pokeball. I hope you're doing well, too. It's chili. We got a bunch of chili, literally, in the fridge. Beef and bean chili. And gonna hunker down, watch a little football today. Play some Arc Raiders. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a chill day. We're getting our closet shelves built out. So our primary bedroom is done. So I gotta work on that because our house is a disaster. But this room will soon have a closet, and then I can't milk it anymore, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to think of some other content to come up with. Did not get a restock. Might be a good time to grab them. For me, I'm just I got my one Phantasmal. I got 5 or so MEO1. I'm just letting them ride. I'm just not paying $250 for these boxes. TBH. Not when Prismatic at 151 exists, Minus 30 degrees Celsius here. Okay, but Celsius is warmer, right? What is that? 20? Let's do the calculation. Oh, wait. Oh, minus 22. Yeah, I know how Celsius works. I guess if it goes under 0, it's closer in temperature. I don't know. I'm an idiot. Everything's going to be delayed because of weather. Yeah. Especially where you're at, right? I feel like in Virginia, ice is getting probably pretty crazy. I don't know. I haven't looked into it that much beyond where I live. Do you think DR will go up this year? I do. DR will always go up unless is more product coming to market. And that's true for everything, but the demand for DR is the highest compared to like basically every other set. So it's going to move up quicker. We'll see what happens, right? Chilly rain. Thank you. Sea is colder. Yeah, no, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. This yo ho, hello Archer. This is the stream to get ready to shine next week. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think so. When portfolio showcase? Probably pretty soon. I got a bunch of shit behind me. I'm trying to get my closets. There's a lot going on. We'll figure that out at some point in the future. We haven't done an update in a while. Everything behind me is just stuff that I own, but I didn't buy like recently. You know what I mean? I actually just sold this Twilight display. It's 12 packs. I sold it on eBay for $100 to like 88 or something. It was time. It was time to go. I'm gonna have my phone near me just in case something bad happens. Also, if I lose power, you know why. If the stream cuts out, I lost power. And where I live, there's a decent chance of that happening. Just finished a raid, got 24 inches of snow coming, staring at my new Destined case, ready to watch. Dude, that's so much dopamine in one message. Holy cow. Bro is dopamine maxing. He hasn't had a real life thought in years. And I want to be this. Finished a raid, 24 inches of snow, Destined Rivals case, which by the way aren't they like 3K right now? Ready to watch the Pats. Let's go. Bro's having some coffee this morning or something else. I don't know. 12 degrees Fahrenheit here. I guess I feel lucky. Yeah, I think the wind chill in Minnesota is like minus 60 or maybe at night. I don't know. So yeah, it's all relative. But the infrastructure where I live is not built for cold. So if anything happens out of the ordinary, it's like an absolute disaster. Bro's been shopping. Yeah. We're gonna get into what I got. I went to a card show yesterday. We're gonna get into that. What the hell is the Celsius? It's like some drink, I think. Pretty sure. What are your thoughts on boxes? For me, with those boxes, it's all about pack price. So if you get them cheap enough, it's fine because they take up a lot of space. Now they're a little bit expensive. And I did hear that we got some Alakazam boxes at Walmart. I don't know how many we got, but I know people who definitely were buying them, which is pretty interesting. Thankfully, One Piece scalpers are helping the market improve. Yeah, I mean, it's all kind of connected. There's a Venn diagram of this opportunist person out there, Bondiggle, good to see you. What do you think about displays? For 750, 800 euro, it's a no-brainer. For 1,400 US, I'm not buying that, bro. Not when loose bundles are 50, 60-ish dollars, and we're definitely getting more of them in like 2 weeks. Prismatic 151 reprints, bullshit or true? We're definitely getting more prismatic. 151, it's kind of questionable. We'll see what happens there. I mean, do I think there's a decent chance we'll get more product over the next 3 months? Like, yeah, I do. But all this Target stuff has created a lot of fear, but I think, it didn't drop. So maybe that'll change. I think they removed some tags from their item pages online for the memberships. So, we'll see how that shakes out. It seems like, doesn't seem like something you should count on, especially with botters kind of doing their thing these days. And Fargo can confirm it's cold. I bought a case when everybody said, wait, I need to watch that show at some point. 1380. Yeah, that's insane, man. I don't, to be honest, I don't really know the answer because it's going to depend on what your financial situation is. What is the max you would recommend someone to buy Evo before ROI isn't worth it? I mean, I would argue that that could be now. It could be now. But there's just different types of people with different amounts of money. You know, if you have $1 million, like you're probably going to want some exposure to it just in case that box price isn't going to scare you. But if you don't have the money for it, there are plenty of other things that will perform similarly that are a lot cheaper. Yeah, it's expensive. Prismatic ETB case about to jump, probably. Yeah, we're probably not getting any more ETB cases at this point, I would imagine, but again, who knows? Would you rather buy 151 bundles or 2 prismatic at 100? Definitely. Ooh. This is kind of a tough one. I would honestly say 151. I mean, I just bought 7 of them yesterday between 95 and 100. But finding prismatic bundles at 50 right now is actually pretty hard. They're not really out there. And plus, we're getting a reprint or a restock at Sam's in like 2 weeks. All right, let's go over what I got. I went to a card show yesterday. It was pretty fun, you know. Had a good time. Talked to some vendors, talked to some folks. We got some sealed. We got some cards. Yes, I bought some singles. Mostly for myself. Partially because I think they could go up in the future. But mostly for myself. All right. You know, this is a collector channel now. This is a collector channel. All right. 151 bundles. I picked up 7. Average cost like 97 each. This is probably the last time I'll buy 151. At the rate at which things are going up, unless I get like a good deal. This is the last kind of little hoorah of 151, I think, for me. Maybe. We'll see, right? But I felt like it was a good deal, pretty decent opportunity. And I feel pretty good about my 151 position going forward. Yeah, how busy was the card show? It was like pretty busy, not crazy. I think the weather had people kind of, you know, hunkering down a bit. I would assume today is completely dead. I also got Prismatic ETB, which I think is one of the best investments you can make right now. I paid 110, which is a pretty decent price. I only got one. You know, not a ton of room on these from vendors, so I had to go to the back of the show and talk to some real homies. Shout out if you're watching. So happy just to grab another one of those. Probably not going to be able to get them for cheap much longer. And I think Prismatic ETBs are going to do very well over the future here. One guy had this gambling thing at his table. It was like a dice roll, and the higher you rolled, the better prize you got, or the lower you rolled, the better prize you got. Somewhere in the middle is normal. I rolled pretty good. It was $5. I got a Dust and Ravels pack. All right, we're up $2, so this is massive. I kind of just wanted to support their table, and it was also kind of fun. Is it a sign for the side quest? Maybe it is. Maybe it is, right? So, hey, Destin Rivals, pretty cool. I got some cards. Let's look at the cards. So I paid like $10 for each of these. I bought some Mole Traces, some mintier ones, some slightly less minty. I want a binder page of these. That's my goal, and I think I'm almost there. So I have 6. I think maybe one more on the way. 6, 7, you could say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really like them. I think they're going to go up. And I don't know about you guys, but with your binders, one card just doesn't visually do it for me. You know what I'm saying? I want a page full of the same card because then I can really process the card. Does that make sense? If I see one card, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But then when I see a bunch of the same card, I'm like, oh yeah, that's more of that. That's more of that card. And I like that. I don't know. Maybe my brain is broken. It makes sense to me. I need a new binder. So I got some of those. I think I paid like 10 or 11 each, which is like no big deal. It's about market, maybe slightly less. And then I got some cards here. Oh, we'll start with the lower stuff. I don't know why. I just bought this Greninja for 15. I didn't have one. I feel like they're going to do pretty well, and it's pretty sick that an ETB has its own gold star. So it was pretty minty. I bought it. I was like, why not? Pretty cool. I don't know why I bought this. I bought it for 15. Just like a full art black. Oh, I know why I bought it. I just wanted some inventory for my vending table in the future. Which I'm gonna vend pretty soon, I think. So just getting a couple things just to kind of round out the table. We'll see. And then a lot of these were for myself, for my own binder, whatever you want to call it. Maybe I'll throw them on the table at some point in the future. I got a tag. I love tag teams. I'm a big tag team fan. And I'm starting my tag team journey. Raichu, Alolan Raichu. Nothing crazy. Not the big one. Not the big one. I think I paid 20 something, 25. I like the card. Also, I knew the vendor. So I wanted to just like throw some money. Support the table. You know what I'm saying? That's like some of these cards I just bought because I wanted to support the vendor. I'm like the worst person at card shows for that. So, I probably spent $300 more than I wanted to. But that's okay. I got this Suicune, very beautiful card from Crown Zenith. I think I paid 40, which is close to market, but it's pretty flawless. Maybe even gradable. Maybe even gradable. We'll see. I might take a look at it today. But yeah, Suicune. The camera does not do any of these cards justice, but this is a pretty incredible card. Arguably the best Suicune ever made. My tag team journey has begun. All right. Reshiram Charizard, LP plus, $70. Love the color, the red pop on the tag team card. Pretty sweet, and it's pretty clean. It's pretty clean. So, just a nice card. Big fan. My personal favorite tag team card, had to have it. Pretty clean copy, I might add. I paid up on it. It was like 85. I think market's closer to 90, but like 85. I paid 85. It was the only one. This is literally the only one at the card show that day, or at least in that moment. What a card. It's funny. This box, this Deoxys Espeon tag team box, for those who don't know, it's like, it might be pushing $2,000 at this point. In 2020, I would go to Target and rip these boxes like crazy, and I never kept any of the promos. So I don't know what happened to them. Maybe they're gone. Maybe I just threw them away. I'm not even sure. Or I traded them out. I don't remember. But these boxes were available at Target, and I ripped it a bunch. And we don't have to talk about it beyond that. But I have one. It's an incredible card. It has no business going this hard. And Deoxys is a top 5 Pokemon for me. Arguably my favorite Pokemon these days. So I'm a huge fan of this card. And I would like a binder full of these. Or not a binder full, that'd be insane, but like a page full. So hey, if you're selling tag team cards that are near men, hit me up. But I'm a little broke at the moment because I got something big. Let me read a couple comments before I reveal this purchase. Will you have a different channel for vending? No, dude, I'm too lazy for that. I'm not even sure if I'm going to record vending content starting out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Pack Hype? Good to see you. Ascending Heroes, what's the plan? We'll talk about that here pretty soon. Supa, good to see you, man. Picked up a sealed 15110 display for 200. That's a the hell. That's robbery. That's robbery, brother. Nice pickup. Love that card. I do too. How many prismatic ETBs do you have? Probably like 15. Not that many. But I got all of mine for except for this one. I got them all at MSRP. So, you know, that was what I was comfortable doing at the time. Tyranitar Sableye, Altart, best tag. Yeah, from Unified Minds. I need that, bro. I need that card for sure. Everyone had their oof time. I know. It's horrible. You going to ATL Con Feb 7th? I probably will, yeah. I probably will. Maybe one of the days. I think a whole weekend doesn't make a ton of sense for me. So you got a Unified Minds box? Nope. Gengar Mimikyu GX, clearly the best, not the alt. Yes, I love that card. I need that as well. Can you show how you store and organize all your boxes? It's Katie. It's a thing. I'm building shelves in my closet right now. This is the worst time to ask me this question because my guest room / office does not usually look like this. Usually it looks like my mom's basement because the bed is made, is what chat would say. But we're working on it. We'll go over that at a later date. Okay, at a later date. I apologize. Yeah, but yes, they take up space. It's something people don't talk about enough, especially as your portfolio gets bigger. I'm talking 5-6 digits. Like it becomes a real thing, and you really need to focus on consolidating at some point. And I will be taking some profits later in the year, no doubt about it. What items, when you vent, will you just totally not buy? I'm not even sure. I have a good eye for fake sealed, I think. But yeah, I think you just have to do your due diligence. I think condition. I think I'm more worried about checking condition on things than I am checking if it's fake or real. I think it's easier to check if it's fake or real, but it's a lot harder to tell if something is like near mint versus LP or etc. Right? So you got to be careful and just get the experience from that. So that'll be probably something I need to ask or do a little more research on and maybe talk to some other vendors. Selling 50% of my seal to put down money on land. That's insane, bro. Congrats. Underrated part of this space that people don't talk about is using the money to fund something amazing in your life. A lot of us aren't really at that point yet. We're kind of just trying to stack, but when it does happen, it's kind of incredible. Okay, this is the big purchase I got. I bought it. I bought a Cosmic Eclipse booster box. I did it. I'm a huge fan of this set. Had an opportunity to buy one from a viewer. Actually, last week, there was a message from our boy Pokebweller. He was like, hey, I have a box if you want to buy it. I might sell it. And I was like, okay. So we DM'd each other. Came up on a price. Top is pretty clean. It's a pretty good looking box, I have to say. Shipped it over, paid him out. Realized that there were daily transaction limits on Zelle. So I had to pay him on like 2 different platforms, which is kind of funny. But yeah, Cosmic Eclipse, 3,300 in the vault. Or the closet, I should say. Or maybe we'll see where I put it, but I probably want to look at it. But it's pretty incredible. And I feel very thankful. I feel very blessed to have gotten this. It's a big purchase for me. And yes, I sent off my Umbreon for consignment, my PSA 10 Umbreon from Prismatic Evolutions. It arrived at its destination. I think the next step is that it'll get listed either today or this week. So we're using those funds to pay for this guy, essentially, is how I'm thinking about it. You know, do I think the Prismatic Umbreon will go up in price? Probably. Would I rather have a Cosmic box? Yeah, I do. I would rather have it. Dialga, Palkia on the front. Also, underrated thing, the logo, I feel like this matters more than people realize. Colors and graphic design and things. The logo of Cosmic Eclipse, which is kind of blocked by the Pokeball, maybe on the back. It's so cool with like it looks like an eclipse, bro. And the colors, I love everything about it. Obviously, what's inside the set is pretty incredible. But yeah, this is my feature piece in my sealed collection, I guess. So pretty sweet. We'll see if I ever decide to add on more tag team boxes. You know, I got to say, as time goes on, I'm really starting to get interested in older boxes from a personal standpoint. I think it's super cool. Super cool. And I don't think I'm ever going to get Cosmic cheaper than what I got it for. So it kind of felt like the right time. And yeah, the Umbreon price has been spiking. You know, it's selling consistently over 4K. So it kind of just made sense for me. It just, sometimes these things line up, you know. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I used a lot of my Pokemon money on this, at least in the meantime. And yeah, we'll sell the Umbreon pretty soon. And it'll be pretty cool. So that's that. That's that. Pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. I like looking at it. I've just had it on my desk since I've had it. You know, would I recommend it as an investment decision right now? Probably not. I don't think I would, but it's for me. It's for me. You know what I'm saying? So, pretty cool. Grab a Holland Phantom box. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. I don't think my whole collection could pay for one. I don't think everything I owned could pay for one of those, which really puts things into perspective. But that is a sick box. No doubt. W, yeah, the guy stinks. It's pretty cool. Good luck on the shelf builds. Yep. Thank you, Katie. It should be done this week. We'll see. Did you trade some of your seal to get it? No. Oh, I guess this was a little older. Yeah. We sold the PSA. Well, we're selling the PSA 10 Umbreon. It hasn't sold yet. I don't have any money from it. Like decent car money there. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. It is shocking once you get into Pokemon. Like, you can very quickly justify older price points super fast. And that number gets higher too, the longer that you're around, you know? Yeah, why did you not sell on eBay by now? Fees. And also the work of doing it. 95% payout with high sold comps as well. You know, the difference at that price point would be what? 8%? Let's assume it sells for $4,000. You're talking $320 difference. So, you know, you save a few $100. And DJ, if I don't sell over 20,000 on eBay, I don't get a 1099. And if I were to sell this on eBay, there's a pretty decent chance I would be over that. But that's a discussion for another time. You know what I'm saying? There's some reasons, and I just don't have to deal with it myself, right? So it's mostly the fees. Rather sell on Facebook. I mean, yeah, but I had it listed on Facebook for 3,300, 3,200 even. And the amount of like BS trade offers, it was just like there aren't that many serious buyers in many local areas compared to eBay, right? It just makes sense to consign a very expensive slab like this. Yeah, consignment for higher end slabs, 100%. So that's what I did. Yeah, pretty crazy. I mean, I sold this Twilight display on eBay. Paid the 13% fees on that. That was fine. Facebook is full of lowballers. I mean, it's everybody's trying to find a deal. I mean, if you sell something on Facebook over 88%, it's worth it. But you have to drive. You have to talk to somebody. You got to get all the things situated. You got to make, they can't flake. Like there's some mental energy there that, especially when you're talking a $4,000 slab, all right, that's a lot of money. To me, that's a lot of money. That's a significant amount of money. All right. Just like dealing with it with somebody, it kind of freaks me out for like a price point that high on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm very rigid and I'm like very strict on not getting scammed, like only using Zelle or like a wire transfer or something like that. And a lot of people just aren't willing to do that. So, or cash, obviously. You know how it is. So you just got to be careful. And this way is like the risk is shipping it. Outside of that, maybe it sells for less, but I doubt it because there's a lot of buyers on this consignment service. So it's not Arizona TCG. I used another one. I'm just going to wait to see what happens. But yeah. Yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I did 13,000 on Facebook Marketplace on Saturday. It was intense. What did you sell? Like just high-end slabs or something? I think it's easier when you have connections in your city, because look, there are going to be buyers for things, right? But it kind of scares me, freaks me out. So I'm just for a single item, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty insane. Could have had it in your vending case, but the no hassle route is definitely appealing. Yeah, true. But then I'd have to have it in my vending case. And I'd be looking at it, and I'm just like, yo, that's a $4,000 card sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Especially with everything going on in Pokemon recently. I'll leave it to the professionals. Crazy though. I'm super lucky. And trust me, I don't take it for granted. Prismatic has treated me very well. Pretty insane, man. But yeah, that's that. Y'all want to talk about the market now? I've been yapping for 30 minutes. If you have a question, throw it in the chat. I know a lot of people are. And if I missed your question, I'm sorry. But yeah, shall we talk about what's going on? Professional tax advice for real? I know, right? It was Prizzy I bought. Oh, yeah. What do you think is more liquid, a Cosmic Booster Box or PSA 10 Slab Umbreon? I feel like a Cosmic box is probably pretty liquid. But I'm assuming you're referring to the Prismatic Slab. Also pretty liquid at the moment. But I think the slab could go down in price as more product comes out. I mean, the gem rates aren't very high, so it'll probably hold up. But a booster box is a booster box. There will always be a buyer for a booster box like this, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. it doesn't really matter to me because I have my box. That's what I want. You know what I mean? What's your largest position on any modern sealed skew? Let me look. I don't actually know. I think it's probably something evolving. Do you mean largest as in dollar value, right? Let's see. Filter. I think it's it's either evolving booster boxes or evolving loose packs. It's one of those two. Yeah. Currently it's my 2 evolving booster boxes is technically the largest skew value that I have. I only have 2, so which is a lot compared to other people, of course. And then my loose packs for evolving, I got them at $3.33 each, Black Friday 2024. I have 80 ish, or maybe 81. I think I have 81. Those are worth about $3,000 at the moment. So 2 evolving boxes. Yeah, that's my biggest position. So evolving dominates a lot of my portfolio. My third largest position are Chilling Reign booster boxes. I have 4 of them. And then Fusion, and then Prismatic PCTBs, and then, all right, maybe this is a little out of date, but I think 151 bundles are top somewhere up there. I have a lot. No, 151 bundles are number 3. So that's my third largest position. Anyway, who cares? I'm going to vend at my first show dressed as a Pokemon. Who should I dress as? Mega Scrafty. Are all PCTBs a hold at the moment? I think so. I think there's going to be some moves on PCTBs again at some point. I definitely believe that. They're holding pretty well at the moment. They just need a little time. Selling my team up box. What do you think? I'll give you $5K right now, brother. Send it my way. Dude, a team up box would be insane to own. Would be insane. Lost Origin boost box lagging compared to other Sword and Shield boxes. Yeah, I think Lost Origin's in a weird spot where we all know it's a good box, but at its price point, it's hard to justify over something like Brilliant. You know, it's like, what, $200 more at the moment? Let's see. Lost Origin. $726, $700, $740. Brilliant. I know it has the Giratina, but Brilliant is $570. You're talking $150 more. It's like, I think Lost Origin needs to kind of be, I mean, it's gone up. It's gone up from the 6s. You know, it's probably going to move a little bit slower in this price range, but everything, you know, Sword and Shield's kind of cooling off a little bit at the moment. The Sauron Eye has shifted, you could say. Which is pretty interesting, but you know, I still think all these boxes at a good price are absolute no-brainers long term. Like, there's not much downside there, in my opinion. It is a fair price. No, 5K was a huge low ball. Don't ever buy that, or don't ever sell your team up box for 5K. That'd be a terrible deal for you. I think the lowest I saw recently sell for team up was like 7,700, but that was like 2 months ago. And that was on auction on eBay. And it was pretty minty. I think they're going closer to for 10 now, if I'm not mistaken. But low key, I think Cosmic is a better set. I know Team Up is like unique in that it's very scarce. But Cosmic, bro. Cosmic. Cosmic is it. Oh. Check this out. Thoughts on Prismatic SBCs? I think they will do great over the next 3 years. What are they going for right now? Like 240? Let's see. Let me pull these up on TCG Player and we'll get this on the screen. I love talking about Prismatic Evolutions because I think it's such an obvious investment. You could make the same video talking about it and be completely justified over and over again. That's truly how I feel about it. It's just a no-brainer. Is this a good view? Oh, no. Yeah, that's better. Let's see, right? I don't know, 240, like long term, like it's going to be pretty, it's going to be a good entry point long term, obviously. We just got a bunch on Best Buy. I'm not really sure how many we got, but the prices did dip a little bit. A little bit. Not really, though. There's a ton of demand for these guys relative to the price, which is pretty interesting to see. I think if you're picking one of these up for closer to 200, I have to say, I think now is probably the time to do it. I don't really think you're going to be getting these much cheaper for longer. If we don't get more of these, let me think about it. Think about how print cycles typically go with sets. They have big baller, big products up front, and then they usually move towards more pack-friendly products, especially in this environment. We're talking bundles. We're talking Lucario Tyranitar boxes. I think we're more likely to get those than we are these, and we just got a restock of these, kind of. So, like, am I buying one of these for 240? Like, I don't really want to, but I don't have one. Quite frankly, I would like to have one. Go to a card show, see if you can get one cheaper. But I don't know how much they're going to come down from this point. You know what I mean? Buy an evolving box or put more into Priz. 2,600 for one box seems too much for what is for multiple Priz. But I tend to agree. If I were to bet on an evolving box or the same amount in Prismatic ETB is having an ROI, having a higher ROI over the next year, 2 years, I could see either winning, but I would probably bet on Prismatic ETBs winning. But 1 year is not a big sample size. Not a big sample size. For instance, like Rebel Clash boxes outperformed a ton of things last year. If you look at just 1 year, it outperformed Evolving Skies. Okay, we'll zoom out to when they both came out, and then you see the true ROI. But 1 year is just not enough time. It's just not enough time. But I think both are solid. I think Evolving is a set that is still undervalued, in my opinion, relative to its set value. So I think it has plenty of room to run. And I do believe it'll be 5K in the next 2 or 3 years. And you're already seeing the 2,000 price point basically be gone. You know what I mean? So kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. All right, let me scroll up to where I was here. Let's continue on. Doug Trio. Oh yeah, Doug Trio would be. Oh, I did Doug Trio. The heck? Can't copy us. What about Fusion? Yeah, Fusion, kind of a similar. To me, it's kind of a similar deal. You know, with Lost Origin. It's a bit better of a set. But it is expensive. It's basically twice as expensive as Chilling or Brilliant. Yes, it's a better set, but it's expensive for a lot of people. It will move eventually, but like there's less volume on boxes at this price point. It's just going to take a little bit of time. It just takes time for the market for things that run up. It just takes time for the market to then accept that price as a good value. It's basically at an all-time high. So you just have to like think about it long term. It's the only way, or you just go crazy. It's the only way you can think about this is long term. You know what I mean? Who's taking the Super Bowl this year? This is an important question. I think the winner of the Rams Seahawks. Do I think the Seahawks will beat the Rams? Probably, but do I trust Sam Darnold? I don't know, man. I trust Matthew Stafford a little more. We'll see, though. It'll be a hell of a game. Do you think Paldean Fates going out of rotation is going to affect the PC promo price? Yeah, probably. I mean, it already kind of has, but I don't think the gem rate is particularly bad for that promo, if I remember correctly. And that's a big part of these PC promos performing well, in addition to like how many were printed and the Pokemon that's on the card. But PC promos aren't really popping at the moment, but they probably will at some point once PCs start to move again. We'll see what happens, you know, with how the market kind of digests PC promos in general. What are your thoughts on premiums for prismatic PCB cases, maintaining or widening? Yeah, I've been talking about these for a long time. It was one of the first videos I made was prismatic PCB cases because they're so rare. Obviously, the way that they changed selling these, but you know, I think the gap will probably widen. There are fewer of them with good labels. A lot of the labels are really bad. So I don't think it'd be worth buying one with the bad label because reselling it down the line, especially when it's worth more, is going to be such a hassle. And you're really going to have to like be trusted because they're just, if you can't read the label, then they're not going to pay, you know, $5,000 for a case like that unless they have a way to feel trust about it, you know? So I don't know. I think the premium will probably continue to widen. Yeah. But you better have a good label on it. Make an updated video of your portfolio and breakdown. I will at some point. I will. I'm just getting some stuff situated. Scared of selling my better slabs from Sword and Shield, but think if I do and buy, I'll get a better return. Maybe. I'll say this. I trust sealed more long term. It's just less volatile. It's deflationary. You know, there's a peace of mind aspect that's a bit underrated. If you're purely investing, like it would make sense to be in sealed, but plenty of slabs have done better. Slabs are a bit down at the moment, but you know, they're just super volatile. And also there's so much corruption in grading companies these days that I think trust is being lost. We don't really know what that's going to look like in the future. Maybe nothing will happen, right? Probably the most likely scenario or outcome, but I'd rather have the product that's sealed for a number of reasons. What are your thoughts on King Golden reslabbing Pika illustration? Seems like that. I haven't looked into this. I heard about it yesterday. I've been a little busy the past few days, but I thought they regraded it and it got a 10 again, but maybe that was not true. But they reslabbed it. Did they put it in like an updated slab, or did they try to make it look like, you know what I mean? I don't really know what happened there. Maybe somebody can elaborate a little bit. PCTB bundle loose or cases. Cases have a premium. I think cases will make sense. I think if you can get ETBs loose, it makes sense right now. Bundles, I would wait. Wait on bundles until February, in my opinion. We're getting drops at Sam's. and a lot are going to hit the market. Undervalued compared to sealed 151 singles. People say that, but like sealed just outpaces singles, and there's so many singles for 151 and more hitting the market. And there are fewer and fewer of these every day that passes. That's the difference, Mindset on scarcity, binders fly with such a few of them being held. They're just, there's some nuance with products like binders and sealed mini tins. Sealed mini tins, like there are some wrappings that you can reseal. If it doesn't have plastic all the way to the top and it just stops like 2/3 of the way, you can slide those off, reseal the packs. So they're a little sketch, and they're not very efficient for space either. And people don't really value them as a display compared to an ETB. Same thing with binders. It's like nobody actually really likes binders that much. They don't look that cool to display. Yeah, they're kind of scarce, but it's like, why would you buy that over a booster bundle for like half the price, So, do you think chilling will go on a run? They're priced cheap compared to, I don't know about going on a run, but like, I think it'll kind of track how the good sets in Sword and Shield do going forward. I think it's only up from here though. And I do see this as $1,000 box over the next 3 years, in my opinion. Saw a vendor pass on buying a team up box for 9K. It was clean. That's wild. I don't even know what they're going for. I don't know. I would assume that's a decent price or close to market. But yeah, that's craziness. Now you said last video you're having trouble finding Sword and Shield. I'm selling a few if you're interested. All minty. I would be interested. I just spent a lot of money on a cosmic box, but Daniel, we can talk if you want to shoot me a DM on Discord. Depending on the box and the price. Yeah, for sure. Hit me up. Deeper than team up. Yep. AKA B Vapor Self. Yeah. About some boxes, or sorry, booster bundle displays sealed. People saying they're never going to do sealed displays again. So it's going to be a high demand product. I don't know. I think the product itself will do well, but it's going to vary set to set. There's some nuance there. Like prismatic displays are $1,400 US, which is very expensive. It makes sense because they're scarce. I understand they weren't released here in the US, right? But when I think about the loose bundles being a third of the price, nearly 2.5 times the price, like I just can't make that justification. And we've seen this happen in the past with 151 and Paldean Fates displays, where there's a huge discrepancy in the sealed display and the loose bundles, and then they kind of evened out. And I think that's probably what's going to happen with Prismatic, but it might not, just because of that scarcity. I just feel way more comfortable putting money on loose bundles compared to displays if I'm not getting displays at a good price. The 151 displays make more sense because they're closer to loose bundle prices. The premium isn't nearly as big. If you don't have one, maybe it makes sense now, but I don't know. It seems like it just seems it's a big premium on a product that's like not a booster box. You know what I mean? Vapor Self is king prismatic. Needs to go. Yeah, 15K put in one product, 5, 6, 7 year. What would it be? It's so hard. I think 151 or Prismatic X makes sense. Maybe like booster boxes. You can say Destined Rivals. You can say some Sword and Shield box, or I think even some older like XY or Sun and Moon boxes could be a good candidate. There might be some card options that are pretty good, but I'm not going to tell you that. 151 is going to make sense to me. And if you have loose bundles 151, bro, it'd be so easy to offload those over time. You can like cost basis out. How much do you rip on each release? These days, not that much. I haven't ripped a pack in like a month. Not since the Charizard, Mega Charizard UPC when I hit 5K subs. Shout out, by the way. Thank you very much for subscribing and liking. Appreciate all of you. Yeah, not a. I would like to rip Ascended Heroes, but like I'm not ripping at these prices. What percentage of your MSRP buys you rip? It just depends. Yeah, most of what I rip is MSRP, of course. Not really ripping anything outside of that just because it doesn't feel as good and the ROI isn't as good. Not that I'm like purely ripping for ROI, but like you can rip more packs that way. You know, if I'm at Kroger, I hit a vending machine. If there's a Mega Evolution bundle sitting there, like I'll buy it and rip it. That's kind of like my vibe these days. But, you know, I enjoy ripping. I just don't do it that much. New subscriber from California. Quick question. You think a Sword and Shield RCS 7 pack box, not lunchbox, is a good way to... yeah, it's kind of like a niche UPC. I think there are some other things that I would prefer, but it's, you know, if you grab one for the collection, that's pretty cool. Thoughts on Sword and Shield PCTBs? They have no promo. Art is so much different than the base CTB. Yeah, I mean, they've performed pretty well. So I think even with no promo, they'll do okay, but I think the promo does make a difference for sure. And they're a little more scarce back then. It's hard to say. I would definitely rather have booster boxes than Sword and Shield PCTBs. I'll say that. I think it gets a little closer when you talk about Scarlet and Violet, you know. Prismatic going to pull a 151 2025. Look at the prices 12 months ago for 151. Yeah, I think the trajectories are very similar. I think Prismatic might even outperform 151 in the same time frame. It already has, kind of. Again, it's hard to compare 1-to-1 just because we got way more ETBs for Prismatic, but I think it'll do very well. I'll be looking on my Prismatic a few years from now and be very thankful I bought them during the printing window. I agree. What are your thoughts on sealed case of Prismatic ETB, sealed case of DR bundles? I'd rather have the ETBs. I think it's a better product. Destin Rivals, I'd rather just have booster boxes. Prismatic is a special set, so ETBs are closer to the best product. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Of course, entry points matter, but 1-to-1, based on this question, not knowing anything else, give me the ETB case all day. All day. Lost is a lot better than Brilliant, in my opinion. Yeah, I kind of agree, actually. Drop them from 90. No, they're dropping the oh, you mean the Mega? Yeah. They're dropping the bundle surprise box for $40. February 10th. Be very interesting. What do you think of Prismatic Unk? Huge fan. Can't have enough of it. Long-term hold. Buy ETBs. Get bundles for cheap. Don't think about it too hard. Don't get caught up in all this like YouTube drama either over like sets performing and stuff. It's like kind of a waste of time. Just look at like set values, look at sales volume, sentiment for the set. Like you don't have to overthink these things all the time, you know. Just and also buy with the intention of actually holding for like a long time. I don't think I think a lot of the discussion in this hobby is not keeping that in mind enough. You know, like you can enjoy collecting, participating, and investing in this space without all the other junk attached to it. Thoughts on holding 60 Lucario boxes, breaking them down? I would say generally it's better to keep them sealed, but there's basically no premium on these boxes compared to loose packs. You certainly could break them down. Although, is that even true right now, technically? What are these selling for? Like 120 something? Let's take a look. Figure collections are $140. That's so crazy to me. Lucario boxes, where are they? Sealed. Mine's not showing up. Sorry, took way longer than I wanted it to. Lucario Tyranitar box. Let's see what so they're pushing. Are they pushing 140 right now? That seems insane. I mean, I know we bought a bunch at MSRP. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so the pack price on these right now, if you were to buy at market, I think it'd be fair to call it 130. How many packs are in these? Like 14 or something? Yeah. 130 divided by 14 is currently $9.28 a pack. Loose packs are selling for $9.34. So there's literally no premium on these boxes. I would say keep them sealed, but if space is a problem, you can break them down and offload the loose packs pretty easily. Yeah, and that's also true for like every other product, like Blooming, the Great Tusk boxes, Sea and Sky. So you can totally break them down, in my opinion. All right, let's get through some of these questions. We'll probably end very shortly. I'm gonna go make some lunch and play Arc Raiders. To be honest, I'm just being honest, man. Let's see. Team Rocket GameStop box is drying up. Nah, I'm out. I'm out on that, bro. I don't support GameStop. What do you think of Prismatic? It's good stuff. Fusion is a buy, don't sell. ROI strong in upcoming years. Trust. I completely agree. Don't overthink Sword and Shield booster boxes, guys. They're pretty good prices right now, long term. Wonder what the ceiling will be for Evolving. Can see it going up to frightening numbers with enough time. I think it'll go pretty quickly to 5K. What happens after that? I don't know. I do think it'll hit 10K at some point. Will it happen in the next decade? Probably. By 2036, I think it probably will. Which is crazy to say. Never buy a box at 1K when I pass like everyone at 80. It does feel a little different knowing what we know. But it's all relative. I mean, if you were to only buy at MSRP these days, you're not ever going to maximize like a lot of the capital that you have. It's just the world we're in right now. Just Rivals Checkline EV promo. You'll thank me later. I'm curious what the promo is going for right now. What do you think about all these yellow borders? I don't care. I think the yellow borders look bad, actually. That's my take. But I don't think they matter that much in the grand scheme of things. I think the gray borders are such an improvement. 50-50, trainer secrets are great, but then SV introduced IRS. Yeah, Sword and Shield has higher highs, but SV has just a very low floor for quality. Or a very high floor for quality. Do you still collect? Do you still want profiles? Yeah, throw your shiny app profiles or whatever in Discord. I have a submission page. I can't say I'll get to it quickly, but I will at some point. Want to buy clean Astral box. Vendors have it listed at $500. That's crazy. That seems really high for Astral, right? Illustrator was sent to a reholder. PSA just charges slab to new one. No greater. We'll evaluate that card again. There's a different service for that, which Logan didn't do. Oh, interesting. I'll need to look into that more. No, not DC Sports. What are your thoughts on but one of the big ones? What are your thoughts on Japanese pro? The boxes are sick. The promo cards are really cool. Getting them for a good price is difficult, but I think they look awesome for sure. Prismatic will eventually outperform 151 in the long run. I think it could. I think the set value speaks for itself. This set value in Scarlet and Violet is crazy. It's crazy. Probably Evolved or Destined? Definitely Destined. If that's the whole question with nothing else attached to it, it's pretty obvious to me. What's your opinion on Brilliance for a case for 3,400? Seems like a darn good deal to me. Just make sure that label's good. Make sure it's from a reputable seller. Yeah. Everyone check the Discord. eBay seller with 300. eBay seller with greater than 300 prismatic figure available at 118 with a coupon. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Pokemon Center. By the way, if you want to join our Discord, we talk about investing a lot in between videos, all that stuff. The link is down below. It's free. You can join in if you want. We do have a members only chat. That's the only thing I paywall in the Discord. But like giveaways, all that stuff is available for everybody. The members only chat is probably the one I'm most active in, but we're all pretty active online, talking about stuff all the time. So if that sounds like something that's for you, we'd love to have you. No big deal. If not, hey, that's one less notification you'll hear. Sorry, I'm just kind of skimming through some of these comments to catch up, but I think we're almost there. Chuck, your chat is peaking. I would skip lunch for video games. That's all good, brother. Gotta leave the boys wanting more. You know what I'm saying? Also, I'm not gonna lie. I've had a ton of coffee and I'm feeling jittery. So, and I found that like once I push 2 hours, I think the quality really starts falling off and I just get tired. But I do really enjoy doing this. I don't know. I'm just saying things. Totally weigh them for God packs. Yeah. I don't think it's that big of a deal. The reality is rip and shippers don't care. They'll just buy anything and sell it and people will buy it. Prismatic figure collection and promos are really cool. Do you think the low print will cause pins manufacturer issue? Yeah. I think maybe we'll get more of these in the future because of that. It just got delayed. But that manufacturing sticker issue, I think it was the sticker or something. Yeah, it did totally change how this product released. Absolutely. Saves me a ton of space. Yeah, no problem. I'm loving Archive 300 hours, 2K kills. Dude, it's so good. It's so good, man. Do you think Pogo should be a higher set value or sort of slept on? Do we think Pokemon Go is slept on, bro? Can we just stop? Can we just stop? It's I mean, it's okay. I like the Mewtwo, all right. There's just at a certain point, you just have to look at demand and just follow that. 3, 4, 5K in 5 years. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Collection boxes are a waste of time unless they have a good promo. Bundles are better products for low cost entry. Yeah, I tend to agree. Prismatic, you're going to have some opportunities here probably to get some bundles at a good price. But, collection boxes at $100 made a ton of sense. And obviously at MSRP, even better. So I wouldn't say total waste of time, but you should be careful buying them. Or at least, if you break them down, if you get a good pack price, like $7 pack price, like it's definitely worth it. What do you think about black and white flare bundle displays? No one talks about them. I've been talking about them. They're a little bit less attractive now, but still pretty reasonable value. You get one of each. on a set that's pretty solid. They were a lot cheaper recently, 2 months ago. I like them a bit less now, but I think if you get both of them for like 900, that's like a hell of a deal in my opinion. Picking Destin is brain dead. I don't agree. I mean, look at what it's done. It's pretty obvious. Whether reprints will come or not, I don't think will even matter. Can you give feedback on my portfolio today? I got you soon. Maybe not today, but soon. New game. Will the games going forward be the same ADHD style? I think the next game better be good. I think hype could definitely fall off on this this Wind and Wave game. So we'll see. Health comes first. I think it's amazing that you're willing to do these streams. Take care of yourself. I've also noticed that, like, maybe this is just me, but when I'm just staring at a chat for like an hour or 2 hours straight, I get like, I feel like weird. Like I have like, it's not like bad, but it's like you have like these weird out of body, like you gotta like ground yourself. I think I'm like a kind of a naturally anxious person. And so when I feel like my brain is being messed with by like staring at one thing for that long, it like kind of makes me feel weird. I don't know if that makes sense though. It's like a weird thing. These false on accounts for stock. Yeah, shout out to all my Canadians out there, brother. Setup for me was tough, but I suck with technology. Yeah. So do you think renting a vending booth is a good way to sell your collection? I do. I definitely do. A lot of people do it. And if you do it when interest is high, then it's a great time. Well, guys, I think I'm going to go get some lunch. Maybe go chill out for a bit and enjoy the rest of the day. We got football coming up here. Gonna get some chili heated up. And I'll be in Discord, we'll be chilling, but we usually do streams 11 on Sundays when we're around. So if you like coming by, hanging out, asking market questions, I plan on doing this for a while. So I really appreciate you watching. I mean, I am going to do a members only video soon. I'll probably upload that today. We do that once a month in addition to some other things, but the members only monthly update every month. So be on the lookout for that. I appreciate everybody being here. I know it's a cold, icy Sunday, and it's just crazy. Like, I can't believe the support sometimes because I feel like I'm just a dude sitting in my room. Like, this is my guest bedroom / office. Like, I don't have a cool background. I waste a lot of space talking. I kind of verbalize my thoughts, and I just can't believe that we're over 5,000 subscribers. Like, it's just insane to me. So I don't take it for granted, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope you guys are too. So let's enjoy this year, because I think 2026 is going to be a really fun time for Pokemon fans and investors, and hopefully everybody alike. We have a lot of things coming out. We got a new game, 30th anniversary, got some sets coming out here, some of which are going to be really cool. Maybe others, we'll see. But yeah, it's been a good ride. Should be a good year. Let's just enjoy it and make some good investing decisions. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys very soon. Of course, Monday market update video tomorrow and videos in the future. So thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. This is crazy. Goodbye, my friends. Peace.